The Constitution requires the National President, on behalf of the National Executive Board, to give a report to the delegates on the activities and accomplishments of the National Union. Before getting into details, let me say up front, the State of the Union is excellent. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. People are going to be trying to knock us down, keep us down, but them. We are the mail handlers when we're strong. When we last met in convention in 2022, we were just coming out of the COVID pandemic, and both the American economy and the Postal Service were just beginning to recover from the ravages of the pandemic. One of the true bright spots of the pandemic, though, was the effort of the Postal Service generally, and the mail handlers specifically, to ensure that the delivery of the mail would continue. In addition, mail handlers played a pivotal role in the federal government's efforts to minimize the spread of the COVID-19 virus. One such program was the government's free at-home COVID-19 test program, which provided each household in America up to 4 individual test kits free of charge. As we have previously reported to you, during the 2020 election year, the Postal Service processed 135 million ballots, 610 million pieces of election mail, and 4 billion pieces of political mail. That's a lot of that we sent out. During the 2022 midterm elections, where the Post Office processed more than 54 million ballots, nearly 99% were delivered within 3 days, and 99.82% were delivered within 5 days. That's pretty damn good. And we're going to do it again this year. As we are. As always, for the Mail Handlers Union, a key primary focus is on the area of negotiating and implementing our national agreement with the Postal Service. The 2022 National Agreement contains important improvements affecting the entirety of our unions. From the most senior members who continue to receive regular wage increases, along with the protection of layoffs, to those in the entry level of the career pay schedule who received additional wage increases, to our MHA members who not only received significant wage increases, but importantly, achieved a guaranteed path to career status. Specifically, the agreement provides 3 general wage increases for career mail handlers and 6 cost of living adjustment. The national agreement also includes an increase to the night shift differential each year of the agreement, with the elimination of the lowest step of the pay scale and the shortening of waiting weeks for steps from 52 weeks to 48 weeks. To that end, we were successful in negotiating an extra 50% per hour increase in the first year of the agreement to the MHA rate. We also negotiated an additional 50-cent wage increase an individual MHA receives after reaching 6 months of career relative standing. If there's one thing I'm proud of, I signed that MOU that converted tens of thousands of MHAs to career status. What's the number? Huh? I think we converted that MOU. If I did anything right, I did that right. I mean, I want that on my tombstone. Since I signed that MOU, we converted 37,000 MHAs to career status. Not 37,000, 45,000. After an MHA reaches 24 months of relative standing. As everyone is now aware, this automatic conversion is into a new career status of the full-time flexible mail handlers. Since June of 2023, more than 1,700 MHAs have been converted into FTF position. All career employees are guaranteed consecutive days off and protection from layoffs. MHAs and PTFs are guaranteed one non-scheduled day each week, except during peak season, and MHAs are advanced 40 hours of annual leave upon reappointment to a second 360-day term. We have received reports from you out in the field that in many locations, these programs are doing exactly what they were intended, greatly reducing, if not eliminating, the use of 204Bs, just achieving a long-term goal of our union. I know there's concerns and there's frustration with the lower end of the pay scale, the two-part pay scale that was forced upon us in 2013 through arbitration. We're making gains. We're making gains. We made gains in the last couple of contracts. We will not rest until we correct this, and we're going to take care of it this time around. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons I stuck around for another 4 years. I want to take care of this. I ain't going to drop this on anybody else. I am going to fix it. We have also had great success at working with the Postal Service to insource work that the Postal Service had previously subcontracting. Through our Article 32 subcontracting committee, I have signed MOUs with the Postal Service to insource 9 of the 13 STCs. I am hopeful that we will be able to bring back the work of the remaining STCs in-house as well. In addition to the STCs, we have reached agreement with the Postal Service to bring terminal handling services, or THS work, back in-house. More than 15 and counting facilities have already insourced THS work. And that's a big deal. Come on. Another success story concerns the subcontracting and sorting and processing of non-machinable outside or NMO parcels. We were able to negotiate these agreements, bringing back hundreds, not that hundreds, thousands. We brought back thousands of jobs to our craft due to the dedicated work of our CAD team and their involvement in the Article 32 subcontracting committee. We have an Article 12 task force that deals with people being reassigned, people not being converted. We have an RI 399 task force, which is now more than... That task force is doing such a good work, the APW wants to raid us, so them. That's how much we're doing it. The most significant changes coming to the Postal Service are as a result of the PMG's 10-year plan called the Delivering for America, or DFA plan. When I say that the plans for these consolidations are fluid, I really mean it. A lot of these plans are going to cause some of our members to be dislocated, and I feel from we're going to try to keep that to a minimum. Looking back, 10 years from now, we're going to be getting all the work. Clerks are going to be using the work. Our union will be growing by 20% over the next 10 years. That's the good part. But we're fighting to get these jobs. As of right now, the Postal Service has announced that there will be 15 initial sites of these RPDCs. Another source for the mail handler craft is in the sorting and delivery centers. The purpose of the service and delivery centers is to consolidate individual post office delivery units into one central unit. Now, this gave us a great opportunity, because when in delivery units they have like 20 or less routes, it's almost impossible for us to get mail handler work. But if you consolidate 10 post offices with 20 routes apiece, that makes it 200 carrier. We've been picking up mail. And the APW, this is the source of the APW's problem with us. They somehow feel that they have a right for all Function 4 work, and we're doing the work, and I want to congratulate you guys out there, because you've been fighting on the front line, and fighting, and we're getting this work, and what the APW says. Another area of opportunity is a new initiative announced in September of 2023, and I don't know why they come up with this name, but I guess, I don't know. It's called the Go East, Go West Initiative. And this is going to basically, it's going to be the new way the post office processes the mail. Initially, we got 300 jobs. And we're going to get 300 jobs in all of these places. APW President Mark Dimmerstein did not even respond to our invitation to speak here. What'd you say, Joe? What'd you say? And okay, now this is the cherry on the top. This is it. Now this is unreal. One of the adopted resolutions passed at the APW convention is for the APW to establish a committee to review the possibility of organizing mail handlers. In any case, in case any of you have any doubt about our response, let me be clear. God! While it is disappointing to see that the APW will resort to these tactics, that's the RDC meeting. F*** you. We will meet them head on.